promised Dad we're going to be good friends. Now it's the time to show them that we can do it. We can make our family rich, come over. I said, okay, I'm coming to visit. And of course, in his mind, like I said, he knew that what's going to happen today. So I'm landing in Houston, Texas. I didn't even get outside of the airport when my brother came to pick me up and said, I'm so happy, we hug, we kiss, we cry, talking about all the time, we haven't seen one another. And he's giving me a key to the car and he said, Isaac, listen, tonight I have to send you to Corpus Christi. I sent to Corpus Christi because one of my drivers is sick, and if you're not going to operate the route, I'm going to lose this route, and that's one of my best routes. You get an ice cream truck route, and there is no regulations for that. It's a street rules with the ice cream truck, just so you know. You don't get a permit from the city, but if you don't do the route, somebody else doing it, it's done, it's over, it's not yours anymore. So I'm looking at him and saying, Moti, listen, I have to tell you something about my arrival over here. And he's looking at me and saying, what are you talking about? You want to be a manager in this organization? Organization is eating ice cream trucks, right? You have to start from scratch, you have to start from bottom, you have to work with the ice cream truck to feel what everybody feels before you tell them what to do. I'm saying, no, it's not that. He says, Isaac, just don't argue. Please go there, I need you. And I'm looking at him and say, okay, I'm going to do it for 1 week. 1 week and it's done, I'm coming back, and I'm telling him that I'm here just for my vacation. It's my first vacation since I was 18, I was 25 already. I wanted to spend some time with my brother, go travel before I'm going to another 5 years of service. You can imagine how hard it was for me to go down to Corpus Christi, drive on an ice cream truck with the music in your head all the time. get to worry about not running out of dry ice in your refrigerator. That was my only concern. And think about my life. I became my biggest enemy. I wanted to end it already. So you can imagine as these 10 days passed by, it was almost half of my vacation, going back to Houston, I was so excited to see my brother and just finish it, And I'm coming, it was a Friday, and I was so excited to be on the Friday night with my brother and his family. And as I come over, my brother comes to me and says, Isaac, you won't believe it. He was happy, but he was very concerned also. He said, I told Mom and Dad that the same night that you left, that me and you working together, I asked Dad to send us some money. So he can support us, because Isaac, the business is not enough to support both of us. And I'm still not thinking about what he's about to tell me. He said, I told Dad that we're working together, and instead of sending us money, they sold their house. They sold everything they have, their furniture, their assets. They wired the money, Isaac, and they're on the way to come over here because they took the rest of the money they paid for tickets for our brothers and sisters. Our family are coming over here, and he was stressed about that because he knew there is no way we can support 8 people in America with only $60,000. It was my entire family assets. I looked at him and said, Monty, why did you do that? Why did you make them come over here? He said, I did it. It wasn't my intention. I just wanted some money because I knew that this was not enough for me. So at that point, I knew that's it. It's over. My dreams, my future, my vision, everything that I had in my life is just collapsing in front of my eyes. My life doesn't belong to me anymore. Because now, we have a family that we have to take care of. And I'm sure that many of you were in a situation like this that you have to decide between you and your family. And I knew at that point that there is no way that I will disappoint my family. It wasn't easy. It was really hard for me to cut my ties and forget about my future in Israel, and we had to stay over here. But the problem was, we didn't have enough money. 8 people, 6 brothers and sisters, my parents, everybody came. Barely speak the language. How we can do it with the ice cream truck business? And then we start looking for the opportunity. And today, when you sit over here, you are part of an opportunity that I wish that we had when we were in a situation like that. We had nothing, we were foreigners. We were foreigners in a country that we don't know, without any business experience. Chasing terror organizations for 7 years doesn't give you any business experience, I promise you. Actually, it makes you a bit edgy. And with that, we start looking at any option. And of course, you know the story. We heard about this new industry. You're always looking for this thing that's just happening, this momentum, this drive, this evolution of something that you can be part of and you can make it big. And we heard about it. It was so visible to us. As nobody, you can be featuring products in the best shopping centers in the world. In America, right? The mecca of shopping centers. And there's nobody to be able to open a kiosk and get to touch customers that you would never have any option to do it. Because to open a store in the mall, you have to have experience, credential, the brand, 2 years waiting list. And just to be able to spend $5,000 to open your kiosk, we knew it's a big opportunity. We heard about this group of Israelis out of New York that in 4 months of Christmas, they made over $200,000 in profit. Our entire family asset was $60,000. For us, it was tripling our value, and we knew that there is an option that we can not only save the family, also let them go back to Israel proud and honored that they been with their sons, and they made a little bit money and fortune for the family. We never thought it's going to be more than that. So, how do you do it? How do you open kiosks? Of course, it was so hard to get even the opportunity, because back in Houston, Texas, there was no kiosks. Even though it started in the East Coast, Houston is one of the states, the last state to get the trend, right? Texas, sorry. So we knew that we had an opportunity because the shopping centers were empty. And we went over there. I want to tell you something funny about the culture in America. We went to the leasing agent. Every shopping center, they have a leasing agent. If you want to lease a store or a kiosk, you go over there and you talk to her or him, and then you get the lease done, right? So we went over there, barely speaking the language, talking to her about the vision. We come to her, with broken English, drawing her to the middle of the mall and saying, "See this spot? We can make you money over here." And she was laughing at us, she was smiling at us, and we didn't know that this is the culture over here. People are polite. Because in Israel, people are not polite. They're honest. Okay, that's the way we call it. There is a way to abuse honesty, just so you know. So in Israel, when you go there, people tell you just in their face what they feel, what they want. They're not nice to you because they want to tell you that their life is not easy. And to be able to see somebody smiling to you like that, because she was polite, we thought that she's so excited about the idea. So we went up and said, she wants us with the word. For sure she wants us. She is excited about it. And of course she was just polite, say, "I'll talk to you later, let me think about it. We don't do this kind of things, but we'll figure it out." So every day we would show up at the mall. Now in Israel, they already would know us, and the security guys would never let us go into the mall again, but every day we knock on the door. And she was smiling to us polite every day, and we got more excited because we thought that she wanted us more. Anyway, to make a long story short, she agreed for us to get the option to open the kiosk. And with that, we knew that now we have an opportunity. Now we have the dream, we have the opportunity, we have the option to execute on it. We're convincing our parents to give us, of course, all the money, and we paid for 2 containers of helicopters from China because it was about to be Christmas. We said, let's sell toys like these Israelis from New York. But you don't have a sales force. Who's going to work for us? We're broke immigrants in Houston. It's not easy. And it's not easy really to connect with the community around you. Because how you can, maybe now, as you look at immigrants that come here into this country and become millionaires, like Mr. Mahot said, it's inspiring, it's giving you some kind of hope, and it drives you, right? But when you're a broke immigrant with no business experience, actually people kind of upset with you over here. Why do you come over here? So I knew that there is no way that we can going to be able to build a business with the local community. So what do you do then? And let me say something, because I travel the areas. I'm so happy to be with you in the field. You can't even imagine how excited I am to be in their homes, to do the wow parties with you together, to see people's reaction. Thank you for making me feel as family when I come over there. And it's just the beginning, because more and more. I think there is something that I hear again and again when I go to the field, when people come to me. They don't ask about the products because it's so obvious. They don't ask about the opportunity. They know they can make money. What they ask usually is, they say, "Isaac, it's great. I know that many people are successful. I don't know anybody. Actually, I know many people, but they will never show up to a business opportunity." What should I tell them? Most of them are more successful than me. I'm embarrassed to call them and tell them to come to a business opportunity because I don't want to sell them a business when they're my friends. I don't want to break the line. And that's what I'm telling them, and also I'm about to tell you. Let me tell you what I had to do, what our family had to do to build a business. Not only that we called everybody that we know. I feel that making a list is a network marketing thing. No, making a list is everything. In every business. You make a list of the people that you can trust, of the people that know that can help you. I made my list. And my family made the list of everybody that know that can help us. We didn't call our friends and told them, we want to invite you for a business opportunity in America. They would laugh at us. We're broke and we're working on an ice cream truck. What opportunity we can offer? So let me tell you what I did, so I'm telling people in the field. I called my friends and asked for help. Actually, I was begging them to help me. But not only that, I was asking them to come all the way from Israel to America. I told them that they have to pay for their own flights because we have no money. To come and help our family, they didn't even ask about money because we didn't even know if we're going to make money. I told them the story. And that's exactly what you have to do. Tell them the story. Whatever is your story. Our family invested everything they have in us. Me and my brother are stressed. We're almost crying because we have no clue what we're about to do. And if you guys will not come and help us, our friends, we might lose the entire family, our assets, and how can we go back to Israel? There is no way we're going back to Israel like that. So 20 of our friends paid for their own flights, came all the way from Israel, quit their jobs, took vacations from their jobs to come and help us. And I don't think it is about how strong was our friendship. It's about how honest you are about your story. How honest you are about your vision, your dream, your willingness to become bigger and better than what you are right now. And we had no intentions to fail in it. So they came over, and the rest of course is history. In over 4 months of working together, we managed to do over $4 million in revenue. And of course we made a lot of profits. The profits that we made, we shared it equally with everybody that came over because we knew that everything that we have is because of them. I was not managing the business as a co-owner of this business. My family was not sitting over there and just, trying to manage the role. Let me tell you what we did when our friends came over and helped us in our venture, helped save our family. Every day we woke up, early morning, we would take our friends to work. Of course, we would go by, clean their apartments. I would go to my parents' house and we make sandwiches for them so we can take it to work. We would do grocery shopping, we would buy everything that they need. We would basically serving our friends. Not because we thought that's the way to manage the business, because there was no other way to show appreciation for people that saved your life. So if somebody asks and say, okay, how do you make your first fortune, how you become a millionaire? I have no better advice than I just, clean floors and make sandwiches. Maybe it's not a good thing to all become successful, but it is a good thing to tell you what happens when you build a network, when you bring your friends, the people that trust you, and most of them are over here, that trust you, that believe in you. When they come over here and they give everything they have, including their last dollar to come to this event, what do you need to do for them to understand that it was worth it? And that's what we did. And with that, of course, that was the main drive for the organization. That was the main drive for the community. We thought it's over. We became millionaires in 4 months. From $60,000 to become a millionaire, we thought we don't have to work again in our life. We didn't know that $1 million in America is not like $1 million in Israel. But what we never thought would happen is the 10 of our friends stayed because they didn't want to go back to Israel. Not because there was something different over here in America. It was something different in our community. For the first time in their life, they had a place that they can call home. They knew that they were with friends that support them. They knew that they were an integral part. It's their business, as well as it's ours. They knew that they have something unique to come together every Friday night, to eat dinners, to be together as a community, to understand you can rely on your friends. And when you make a fortune, everybody share it. They didn't want to go back to Israel, they wanted to stay. But not only that, they started calling all their friends. And over 120 Israelis showed up in January of 2001 because their friends called them and they said, whatever you do, stop it because there is something big happening over here. And of course, that's when we started to make something big out of our organization. We knew that we can't just keep on selling toys in Christmas. Coming from Israel, the Dead Sea, and you hear about it. For us, it's part of our culture, it's part of our heritage. You can't avoid it. All of us had experience with it. All of us got to experience what's the health benefit of this place. The spiritual benefit of it. And of course, how good you look after you bathe in the water. Otherwise, 5,000 years ago, they would say that the Dead Sea is the fountain of youth. How can they know? They didn't have Dr. Ho to tell them what's in the Dead Sea, right? They didn't have scientists to recommend them to tell Cleopatra, her esthetician would tell her, go to the Dead Sea because I heard that minerals can help you. It was so visible, so obvious, you bathe in the water and you look good. You're glowing. And the health benefit, of course. Do you know that some of the European countries, the health insurance companies pay for a trip to Israel because it's cheaper than treat you with hormones and steroids? And it's working? So it was just obvious. Now that the door is open, now we have our community, now we can do something big, that we bring something of our own. We bring the Dead Sea to America. We're going to bring these products and help so many people, and we're going to help more people over here in America, because how can it be that nobody's here doing it? And for us, we start calling everybody. We didn't know many people that have Dead Sea skincare line, but we call the biggest company because we are courageous, of course. We call them and say, listen guys, we're going to make you rich. If you give us the distribution rights here in America, we can sell your products in kiosks. And they laughed at us. They started laughing and said, nobody's selling skincare in kiosks. In kiosks, maybe you can sell some merchandise and congratulations for your success. But skincare? Do you understand that the shopper in the mall, they look at their eye, they see Dillard's, Nordstrom, Macy's, Neiman Marcus, Apple Store, why would they spend the money with you? And we didn't give up, of course. We started looking at other brands, and we knew that we were about to prove something. And we mixed and matched other brands. We opened the first kiosk in 2001, and by 2005, we made over $50 million in sales. In the world. But we knew that something is missing. And let me just explain why, because that's actually the promise behind the Seacret skincare line. We were working on a kiosk in the shopping center. You're in traffic. People look at you, they have all these attractions around it, right? And as the industry starts evolving, more and more and more kiosks. How can you get the attention of a shopper with a broken English, right, presenting a skincare line they've never seen before? How can you get them to buy the products? Why would they spend $200 with you and not buy an iPhone? This is the competition we have to deal with. So we knew that the Dead Sea story alone is not enough. We have to bring something viable to this industry, maybe be pioneers. And we start looking at options, and the thing that we got from our community was, can we create results now? Can we make these wrinkles disappear in 5 minutes? Can we show them that the dead skin is going off, not just telling them that? And of course, it's a magic show, right? How can you do it? When you look at the industry, nobody else had it. So we came to our formulators in Israel, and we told them, guys, this is all of the money that we made until that point. We're investing everything. We collected the money from everybody. We work as a community. When we do something, we do it together. We invested everything that we have in creating formulation that was never created before. Now it's called Turbo Beauty, because now it became an industry. People are now talking about it. But we were pioneers in this industry. We knew that now customers want to see results. Otherwise, how can you sell them in the future? And that's what Seacret is all about. Taking Dead Sea great minerals, integrating into the best formulation to create immediate results now. So a consumer in the shopping center look on the right and they see apple, but they look at the left and they see results.
Oh, nice.
And that's the way we were able to grow this organization. In 2005, of course, we came up with Seacret, our own brand. Not only our own Dead Sea skincare brand, one of the best skincare lines out there, and the pioneers in the turbo cosmetic, turbo beauty industry that was just starting evolving. And the success, of course, was inevitable. Over 900 locations, 40 countries, you know the story. $850 million, now almost 900, thanks to you. But let me just say something, because we were not envisioning what's happening today. We would never even believe that we would say something like relationship marketing or network marketing before. Like most of the people that you interact with, we thought that this industry is a pyramid scheme, is a scam, is a bunch of people that were ejected from the mainstream and they had nothing else to do. So and I'll share with you a little bit of my thoughts today about this industry, this profession. But let me just say something. When we had such a big momentum and our manufacturing Israel couldn't support us anymore, we have one of the best things this organization has experienced. I'm sure you heard about L'Oreal, right? Yeah. The biggest skincare company in the world. They are very aggressive. They're out there building 500 brands. And the way they work is they look at companies, they see the trend, and they attack before it's too late. They built a facility in 1993 in Israel, specialized in the Dead Sea research, and become one of their premier facilities to manufacture their line. So you can imagine how humble and happy we were when we got a call inviting us to come and meet with them. You know, think about you have a small electronic shop and Steve Jobs called you and say, I want to meet with you because I have something to tell you. How would you feel then, right? So for us it was very exciting. You know, I bought my first suit, I went over there to meet with him. I'm not going to say much about this meeting except that from them taking over us, they became our biggest supporter and manufacturer. And now not only that L'Oreal is manufacturing the product, which you can't get better than that. Also, they gave us all the research and everything that they knew about how to integrate Dead Sea minerals. Now, I know that we are very proud to have L'Oreal as our manufacturer. Now they're very proud to have Seacret as their partner. In 2 or 3 years, we will be the one to acquire their manufacturer. We will be the one that our name will be their pride to say, you know, in the past we used to manufacture Seacret. That's going to be their pride. Because we can do it. If we're not going to think big, we will not be big.
That's right.
So when that happened, we knew that we were about to do something big. Something bigger. But not yet. Network marketing was not the plan. We want to open inline stores, we want to take over the industry, we want to be the Apple of skincare. And we were working on it. I'm talking about 500 stores and the best shopping centers in the world. We're going mainstream, we're going to be the biggest thing in skincare. Until a 19 years old girl came and burst our bubble. Now I'm sure that you know our co-founders, Robert Perez, of course, my partner and one of my best friends. Miss Betty Perez, our 19 years old, she's still 19 years old. Because when they came over to present us an opportunity that they gave us to take Seacret from where we're going into network marketing or relationship marketing, whatever you call it, we actually were not so excited about it. You know the story, you know, Betty came to our organization, she broke every record in the book that Seacret has. She was not Israeli, which was upsetting. And not only that, she survived it because most Americans, even if they come, they don't stay long because they don't work 12 hours a day. We didn't know it's not the culture. But she stayed, and every day she would do better and better and better. And we only heard about her, and we said, okay, Robert called us and said, guys, just so you know, we have a phenomenon over here. I'm bringing her over because we have to talk to you about something. All the partners come, everybody get excited. Let's see who's this 19 years old girl that make us look bad. Excuse me. So, of course, they come to our office, and we start asking Betty questions, you know, where you come from, what do you do? And then she starts saying something about network marketing, and all of us got offended. We have a criminal in the house. Of course she's sitting over here, she needs to be saved. She had to sell her soul and friendship for money. You know, that's what's going in our head, and we're so happy because okay, we can do something good for this girl. So we say we don't judge you, don't worry, you know, whatever you've done till now, that's okay. We forgive you. But we have something better for you because we're about to go big. You're right now sitting in a place of a momentum. This organization, over $100 million a year, and you can get a chance to be part of it. So she's looking at us and she's saying, no, you understand. There's nothing wrong with where I come from. Actually, I'm here. Me, Robert, and Nathan are here to convince you to do network marketing. We start tapping you there. We start Benny, maybe you don't understand what opportunity that you have right now, but she was not quiet. She was telling us, not screaming at us. It's funny, tomorrow you'll get to hear her story. And what was in her mind when she came over to try to convince us to change our future, to change our life. Although, of course, we didn't listen to what she had to say. We thought it's madness what's going on. We stopped the meeting, we told her, of course, thank you so much, stay in the kiosk, maybe that's where you should stay. And we just missed an opportunity to become something bigger. But we couldn't sleep that night. We come from a very spiritual family. I'm personally, I'm not religious, but I believe in something bigger and better. And if there's something that I learned in my life, is watching my family, believing and practicing being good to one another, because it's a basic of our is treat your friends as if it was you. But I saw that the reward is coming. So you can't avoid it. We're very spiritual, so when somebody like that, a 19 years old, come to your office and scream at you, you think that there is maybe a message from God, right? Somebody's trying to tell me something. I couldn't go to sleep that night. Either my brother, I called him at 3 a.m. I said, Moti, what's going on? Did you sleep? He said, no. Do you think that somebody's trying to tell something? So we promised one another that in the morning we're going to go and start do research. Usually Moti is the research guy. So we wake up in the morning, we start reading about this industry, they call network marketing. Right? And it wasn't so, I would say encouraging to put network marketing in Google and see the word scam repeating itself for 20 times. But we said, okay, let's ask the question. And let me just tell you, because it's very important for us to understand what we're doing. It's not about an industry. We're not doing an industry, we're not doing network marketing over here. We're delivering the best products for great value to our consumers. Products that they need, they want, and we save them money. Now, through this structure, you can do some of the most amazing things in this world. And let me share with you why. Because when I look at this industry, network marketing, and what it says, I asked myself two questions, which some of you, the new people over here, that maybe it's the first time, and it's actually better. Because you come clean to this environment, and let me explain to you why. Because the industry was evolved because of a need, okay? We have a paradox right now in this society. We consume brands. And we can't avoid it. We consume brands because we think that if we consume brands, we're going to look better, people will appreciate us more. So we go out there and we spend so much money on buying this brand. We would go to a store and we would pay $3,000 for a bag that we know costs only $10 to manufacture. We know it. But we would pay the $3,000. We'll put another bag next to it, the same exact manufacturer. I guarantee you. They put a different name on the bag, it's not going to sell you for $50. So we are going out there, we're spending all this money because we want to trust the product that we buy. And how do we trust the product that we buy? Because somebody has put it in our head, right? It's not because we have the quality control and we know that this is a good product. We get fed every day by TV, by commercials, by marketing campaigns, by celebrities telling us, you need to trust this product. And we do. And we do trust it. Nobody really open it and ask what's behind it. We just know that if celebrity is saying it, we can buy it, we should go and buy it. Now these companies that's going out there and market the brands, they have to do it, otherwise you will not go into their stores. They have to. So what do? They play the game. They spend all the money, so you buy a product that costs $10, and let's say for $100, not $3,000 bag, because it's crazy and I still don't get it. But let's say that you buy a product for $100 that you know costs maybe $10 to manufacture. Sometimes even less. But we pay this money, and these companies take most of the money and they spend it back into convincing you to come back again to their store. They don't want to do it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're bad companies. They do it because they have to. Otherwise, how can they create the trust with consumers, with us, to go and buy their brands? Somebody woke up one day and said, this is ridiculous. We can do better than that. We can deliver the goods to the consumer without them paying all this money. But how do we create the trust? And that was the genius guy that maybe one day woke up, which was 100 years ago, and said, I have a solution for that. I take the same product that costs $10. Now I'm going to come to you and tell you, take this product, use it. If you like it, share it with your friends. Now we know that their friends trust him. So if he uses it, if Jake used the product, and he's happy with the product, and he shared it with his friends, now they trust him, and the trust factor is being achieved. And we say, now we can sell for $50. Right? But there is still enough margin, so I can tell Jack, when you I'll share this product, share the product, I can also share some of the wealth that you create for moving the product. How can you go wrong? This is the industry, this is the promise behind it, and that's what got us attracted. How can you go wrong when what you say is very simple? Take the same exact product, cut it by half, even sometimes more, and deliver it to the consumer with a trust factor. Okay, so that makes sense. So why all the scam words in Google? What's going on? What is the problem? So then you ask the question, why? Why some people look at this profession and they start saying this is not the way to go, right? I'm not talking about the fear and not, people are afraid to deal with their fears and get out of their shell and change their life and do something bigger because they're afraid to do it. That's, of course, a big part of it. But people look at it from the outside and say, what's going on in this profession, in this industry? Because when you look at it, somebody came and said, why $50? Why not 70? Anyway, they pay 100, right? Then they pay 70 because money is a bigger driver than the product. We can't avoid it, right? We love the product, we're very excited about the products, but we see what the wealth and the financial benefit will do to our life, right? It's exciting. But somebody said, you know what? People get more excited about making more money, maybe we should just take it to 70. And then somebody else came and said, why 70? Why not 100? Anyway, they pay 100. They can make more money, they can be more excited. And then the genius came and said, why 100? Why not 150? They don't really care about the value, they want to be successful. Let's hype it. Let's sell the Jews for $50 while they're selling it in Costco for $5. And then people from outside look at this industry and they said, this is a scam. So we said, okay, we understand it. We can do it different. We know where we come from. We know what we can do with our products. And let me tell you something. And we start, of course, looking at the opportunity, how we can do it, and how we can convert, and how we can really create a value with Seacret going into this profession. Do you understand what you allowed us to do? Do you understand how amazing it is to be able to deliver the same exact product that sold for almost $1 billion in retail sales for half the price to the consumers with an opportunity? The structure, the vision behind this profession, and leveraging it. Guys, we're not doing network marketing, we're not doing relationship marketing, there is no name to it. We deliver the best product ever, and we're committed to keep on making them the best products. To consumers, we save them money, we help them with their beauty and health, and we're doing it because now with this structure we can. How can you go wrong with that?